So, there's been obviously 20 years, and we're talking about people and how this all started.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, just like everything else in life, there's ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question, and you can give me whichever one you answer first.
Okay.
What was your least favorite time period of BOF, and what was your favorite? It could be anything. A certain movie that you covered.
Least favorite was covering Justice League.
And I was with you.
You were there, and you know
that sucked.
It did. It was not fun covering that film.
Right.
And not because I ended up seeing it and going, it was okay.
Right.
But covering that film was not. It was not fun.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
There were Twitter wars. It was just kind of a slump.
Yeah.
But I think we took a lot from that experience too. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
in terms of what to do better, what not to do, how to.
And I should have known better. A lot of stuff you just gotta ignore and let go.
Yeah.
That's not true stuff. And
yeah.
Well,
it's
true.
Hard when you know stuff, when you have information
yes.
that you can't share, and then if you even do, you certainly can't share sources. You don't even do that with us. So then people think you're a liar and all these things, and it becomes a very personal attack.
Yes.
And you see it a lot on Twitter.
Yes.
Particularly.
Yeah.
So Justice League is the lowest point for you in BOF by far.
By far.
Not even because you didn't even blink when I asked that, and you didn't know these questions.
No.
You were like Justice League.
Justice League.
All right, cool. So let's end this part of the
Okay.
question on a positive. What was your favorite part?
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Almost makes me tear up a little bit thinking about that. Was awesome. That was fun.
What made the Dark Knight the most special? Why specifically?
Well, I love Begins is my favorite Batman movie, but Dark Knight, I never thought that there was going to be a cultural phenomenon surrounding a Batman film again like '89.
Right.
Dark Knight was damn close.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so much fun covering all that viral stuff.
Oh, that stuff is great, man.
Going to the set of the Dark Knight in Chicago and seeing some really good scenes. The vault scene at the beginning of the movie, the first time you see Batman and Gordon together.
Yeah.
Saw that being filmed. Gordon, that when he runs up to the bank after the Joker heist, and you see, he's running up to meet, I almost said Montoya, Detective Ramirez at the bank, and he filmed that. There was just him running up the steps, and then, getting to talk to Aaron Eckhart and the folks behind the scenes, Chris Nolan, Emma Thomas.
And on Nolan, you guys were in a hotel room in Chicago.
No, that was in Beverly Hills. That was at the junket.
That was at the junket. That's where you got to interview him.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's part of the whole thing. I mean, I had to keep it quiet then, and now it's 10 years ago. So, yeah, I got exclusive one-on-one with Nolan. And
you got a one-on-one.
One-on-one with Nolan and Emma Thomas.
And this is a one-on-one, and this movie is about to explode.
It was huge.
Mm-hmm.
It was huge. It was like, you're getting a one-on-one, but you can't say it.
So you were on a set visit, and then you were at the junket.
Yes.
And at this point, unfortunately, we had lost Heath.
Yes.
What was that like?
Was there? It was when I was on the set. He was not there that day.
Yeah.
So I regretted not being able to
meet
him and talk to him. But more importantly, after seeing the movie and being able to interview those guys, even Jonah Nolan and David Goyer and them. Chris Nolan and Emma Thomas after I saw the movie, and then to talk to them and say how it blew me away. That was was fun, and it was to be able to say that movie was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And not to be able to say that to him, sucks. And because I remember. On the set, I remember on the set. I mean, on the set visit, I put it on the new Batman film. Oldman asked him. I don't remember what the question was. He was asked about, what's really impressing you, or and he pointed to that picture of Heath Ledger, and he's full Commissioner Gordon because he's about to go, on the scene. do his scene. And he is full Commissioner Gordon. He points at that. It's that first picture you saw of Heath Ledger they put out, just his face. He said, that kid is doing something special.
Yeah.
And it's going to blow people away.
Yeah.
And at the junket,
God, this just makes me tear up a little
at
bit.
the junket, I was interviewing Gary, and this was not one way, it was a round table. But I said, Mr. Oldman, at the junket or at the set visit, do you remember me asking you about Heath Ledger and what you said? And he said, what did I say? And I said, I repeated. He said, he goes, I was right, wasn't I?
God, that's cool.
Yeah.
God. I love Jett Nicholson's Joker. I'll defend Jared Leto's Joker. Cesar Romero. That's a whole different conversation. That's of just badassery. But Ledger is the definitive cinematic Joker, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, for sure.
Yes.
Gosh, that's what a great story, man. So The Dark Knight, and then of course you covered The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
Because nothing beats The Dark Knight.
Nothing beats The Dark Knight.